Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's live. I am Nicole Gonzalez, and as you guys know, every single week we come back and we have a new topic to talk about. Today, I am joined by the head of our health division here at Prospera Key. So, if this is the first time you're seeing us, we are a financial firm, Prospera Key, where we house several services, not just one service, meaning we do taxes, we do business taxes, we do life insurance, we do health insurance, retirement planning, we do credit repair, debt solutions, bookkeeping, and we have full-fledged departments for each service being offered. So it's a running joke. I say it every single week that we don't have Miss Little Susie in the back offering the service. We have an entire team that offers these things and supports you through your process. So welcome back. Every Thursday, we have a topic at 5 p.m. And today's topic I'm really excited about because we're coming up on a season that's very important in the marketplace, especially for our health insurance agents. And before we get into that topic, I actually want to allow Ms. Carmen Zorrilla to introduce herself if this is the first time you're meeting her, and take it away.
Hi, thank you, Nicole, and thank you everyone for joining us today in this live. Like you said, today we're gonna be driving some great tips for everybody to take good notes. By opening enrollment is rising, and you have to be prepared for what's coming now, for any changes, and how to avoid anything unexpected. Right?
Yes, super excited. So, Carmen, how was it that you got connected to Prospera Key? So that way people have a little bit of a background.
For sure, yes. So I joined Prosperity, we say like almost a year ago, right? Through health insurance, right? We I essentially just joined for taxes, and now I'm leading this health division to now in helping agents, right? It went from just me doing it myself, now leading and helping new agents develop so they can become professional in their field and help others in the community. So it has been a game changer for sure since I joined Prospero, and they have provided me with all the tools so you can be more efficient in the field for sure.
Yes, I mean, and more importantly, Carmen's expertise is next to none. It's definitely next level. I think our group, it's so exciting because I think we just finished our health insurance certification with our agents currently in the company, and they are absolutely loving it. Thank you, Carmen, for helping push that project here at Prospera. And just knowing that our agents are getting the highest standard of level of training is absolutely amazing. So I don't want to leave that or let that go unnoticed. So thank you again, Carmen, for just being such an amazing addition to the team. And so let's go into the topic today. Today, we're going to be talking about how many people do not realize that health insurance is connected to your taxes. Obviously, it depends on the kind of health insurance, but I'm going to let Miss Carmen discuss about those things. And today's topic, we're going to be unraveling why it impacts your tax situation, why those two seasons connect, how unexpected tax bills can happen if you're not paying attention, and what people should know before filing. So, before we get into the details of everything else, why is it important for people to understand the connection between health insurance and their taxes, Carmen?
For sure. The reality is that taxes and health insurance, specifically marketplace, right? Because there's many health insurance, but marketplace insurance is the one that is very connected to the taxes because they receive financial assistance. Some of them, right, to lower their premium. People think that, oh, my premium is like $5 or it's $0, and the reality that it's not just it's $5 or $0. They have received a financial assistance to lower that premium, and the way that they receive that it's based on their income, the household size, and where they are located, right? So all those things play an important part when it comes to providing that financial assistance. And when they go to do their taxes, what they're doing is reconciliating, right? Reconciliating means uh, they have to make sure that whatever the income they put on the application match whatever they're going to be doing on their taxes. Because if it doesn't, then that's how we see some people, then they ended up getting this unexpected bill or unexpected liability, right?
Yes, I mean, I think something that always catches off guard, like especially my clients, because if you don't know, I am certified in tax preparation, but I also take care of life insurance. Health insurance is a whole different game. I think a lot of agents they confuse that it's very similar to each other. In some ways, yes, but health insurance, my real introduction to how that would work was actually through my experience in taxes, because I would constantly have clients coming in. I'd help them with their taxes. They forget that health insurance form to give me so I can file. And once we add that file, it's like, oh no, like, the refund that you thought you were going to get, now it turns out to be a penalty. It's something that you have to pay back the IRS. You got too much credits in your
Yeah.
health insurance, or sometimes people get more back because they got too little credits
Right.
throughout the year for their health insurance. So that was my true introduction into it. And I think people don't realize that, yes, your income truly matters and it affects your taxes. They do not, you can't have one or the other, especially with marketplace. Those things combine together. And also, a little parentheses, that's why health insurance agents become tax preparers and why tax preparers become health insurance agents. But we'll talk about that later, right?
Mhm.
So, for the most part, I think most people don't realize that changes throughout the year, it absolutely can matter later. And let's talk about, exactly how it can affect, right, the health insurance. We have, we're talking about different factors in the marketplace: the marketplace coverage, financial assistance, your estimated income, all of those things. But a lot of people don't realize that the information you're providing in the application when you get, situated for your marketplace insurance, that is what's affecting directly your taxes. So can you explain exactly how someone's health insurance, if they're filing it a certain way or applying a certain way, can affect their taxes?
For sure, like just to give you an example, if someone to get like a cheaper rate in the marketplace insurance ended up putting that they make $20,000 a year, and in reality they are going to make 40,000. There's no way to get around that because the IRS, it's going to, like I mentioned, they're going to do a reconciliation of the credit that they provided to you, and you probably got $1,000 in credit to lower your premium, but now you're going to have to end up giving back 50% of that back. So like paying your in a penalty, like Nicole mentioned, right? Other things is where you did the application, where if you did it, you put the county of Osceola, and you actually live in Polk County, that actually affects as well. So things like your county, the household size, your income, all those things play a good role. So whenever you making sure that you do it as accurate as possible, it can help you avoid on any taxes penalty at the end of the year.
I think also there's, somewhat of a connection, right? Because, or I'm sorry, a misunderstanding that people say, well, my income didn't change at all throughout the year. What do you mean by that? It's like it only changed by $1, or I just got a random bonus and it wasn't that serious, so why am I having such a penalty? How would you respond to those people that, have that thought process?
Well, I would say, let me tell you, every dollar counts. Every
Yes.
dollar counts because, like, I had this client that she tells me, oh, she gave me originally what she thought she was going to make. Then she saw her taxes, whatever what she did ended up filing, and it was only $1,000 difference, and that made a big difference. We went from one price to a whole different one. So if you think, oh, I just made like $1,000 in a bonus, or like 500, it counts and it has to be reported, because you probably could probably pay a little bit more, a little less, and it can also affect whenever you do your taxes, whether you have to give back, or you will be receiving a higher refund.
I think another thing too that people over como que they don't realize it, but overtime has a major factor in that too. Talk about the overtime.
Yes, people think just because, when we're doing this estimated application for them in the health insurance, they are accounting for the 40 hours, right? The 40 hours that they're going to be doing, and they give you the estimate for the application, but they ended up doing this extra hours. At the end of the day, that's extra hours that they're gonna be reported on their income at the end of the day, right? And if they don't properly account it in the application for the health, then they're gonna see the repercussions on that on taxes. What we do, especially here in Prospera, is that we want to do a review mid-year, especially. I wouldn't say it's too late to do a mid review, but I would say you still have a little bit of chance, right? We have 4 months left. If you are one of those person that did overtime, got a bonus, got extra dollars, and you don't know because your insurance agent didn't call you mid-year, where we can assist you with that, doing a policy review, and at least updating your application, so we you can avoid either owing more than what you were supposed to, or reducing as much as we can. But at least now you can do something.
Yes, I would say, like, in general, I think it's really important for people to understand that any change that happens with your income and you have marketplace, you should be paying attention, either speaking with an agent or your agents directly, and discuss about those changes. What changes are we talking about? New job, additional income, you got a bonus, you got a percentage raise, or you got overtime, which is what was just discussed. You have more than one job. All of those things, if anything changes slightly, it can affect your taxes next year. You might have started the year, and just to clarify again for the people that are just connecting with us again, if you had put in the marketplace your application that your income was $20,000, right? And at the end of the year, you're not accounting for all of those changes, and it was actually $30,000, and the government gave you those credits, right, for the health insurance. Next year for taxes, you're going to take a hit. You're going to take a penalty. And I think it's people think that once you get in on the tax perspective, right? I'm like going into this. You know why? Because I have a lot of trauma from my own clients' examples, okay? But people don't realize that you're going to take a hit in your taxes. It might not be that you owe the IRS, but maybe the $6,000 refund that you should have gotten is going to be $4,200. You know what I mean? So it doesn't look like you owe, but on the back end, when it comes to paperwork, it shows that penalty hit. So it's very important that you adjust throughout the year, so that way you're not having to owe, right? And I think it's crazy because on the tax perspective, when a client is being helped, or you're helping a client and they come back to you year after year, they have that expectation that, oh, well, this year I got $6,000, so my refund next year should be around that same price or that same amount as well. And they think it's like an every year thing, like, oh no, I received $2,000 every single year, and then all of a sudden they get that, that smaller refund or that tax bill that they owe. And it's really unfortunate because then they blame the tax preparer.
Yes.
And because they don't understand it. They're like, oh no, well, because you're not doing right, or you're not giving me the credits, or you're not helping me the right way, or blah, blah, blah. But it all, most of the time, it connects to that health insurance. And I know Carmen, because she's been doing the tax side of things too, you've seen it yourself with clients. And it's just something that it's always great to be informed about it instead of not knowing and just being led on by these things. So I honestly, if your income changes significantly or even by a little bit, don't take it as like, oh, it's not going to affect. treat it as if it is going to affect no matter what, and talk to your agent. So, Carmen, this is kind of off topic, but I wanted to ask you, most people, when they get marketplace, do they reach out, or do they have a dedicated agent? Do they have, or are they just going on the website and then applying for whatever? How do people make sure that they can correct their marketplace if they did it themselves? I know that's kind of a loaded question, but
No, definitely. So some of them sometimes they enroll through the marketplace.gov, right? But some of them did their health insurance with a broker, with an agent. But usually, the proper thing to do is contacting that agent directly to make sure they do the proper shame. But if your agent is not answering, right, it's not giving you the tools, then that's when we Prospera come into place, right? Because, like I mentioned earlier, we can still at least reduce that liability as much as possible, right? The meal review is supposed to be done on June, but at least right now you can still account for something, and you should do it if you have the opportunity. Another thing that I wanted to mention, right, is not just like if somebody there's it's getting a policy through the marketplace, it's not just their income per se that's going to account, but if they're married, right, and they file together, they have to also put the income of the other person, because that's when also we see so many people getting that penalty because they owe somebody else. And what is your income? Because they were only taking health insurance for themselves. But guess what? The income of
right.
your other party also accounts for that, because it's the household income, not just the person that's taking the insurance. So that's very important when you're applying for any type of marketplace or government system, that you put the entire household income.
I think also sometimes people don't know how to apply correctly. You're not really taught. If you enroll yourself, obviously everything is guided, but it's like, do you really trust yourself, not knowing, not having the professional background of how to do these things, how to make sure you save money, how to avoid mistakes on the application? I would always say I recommend that what you should know before filing is to file with somebody experienced enough to know how it would work for your situation. I think, most people, they want to do it themselves, but I highly recommend just avoid the headache. And guess what? I think there's a misconception that they're thinking that they have to pay the health insurance agent or the agent directly for the service. No, you're just getting guidance. They just enroll for you. And one thing's for certain is that the insurance company takes care of the agent. You don't take care of having to pay the agent. I think that's what people are scared of when they reach out to somebody. They're like, oh no, they're going to charge me. No, it's what you're doing with the company. So, what should someone do before filing if they had health insurance during the year? What should they pay attention to before filing for their taxes?
They should definitely pay attention to what was the information that they put into the application for the health insurance, right? Look into, because they're going to be receiving a 1095A, which is the form that they have to provide their tax accountant, their tax preparer, making sure, right, that's going to be something that's going to be if you match your income at the end of the day. um, at the end of the day, if it's already tax season, it's too late to fix it. But at least you can consider and taking a look at those papers, see what did you messed up, so for next year you don't make the same mistakes. The time to fix it is mid-year, June, July, latest August. But you by tax season, take a look at your papers. See the income you and your spouse did, the income that you put in the application, what you received, what was the credit, and try. And if you don't understand those papers, right, that's when your tax preparer, if she's a health insurance agent as well, right, or if she works with somebody that does that, then she can kind of guide you and explain that to you if it's a little bit confusing.
Absolutely. I mean, just pay attention track your expenses. I'm sorry, track your income, track the life changes, and just make sure to call. Get it reviewed. I highly recommend do a mid-year review, do a quarterly review if you can, so that way you can make sure that you're not having money be pulled out of your pocket. You actually have money going into your pocket, making sure you actually keep those things, right? So for the most part, it's just in general, it's very important that people pay attention to these things, because sometimes it's in the back of your mind and you don't necessarily like really think about it, right? So what are some final like tips that you would like to leave everyone watching in regards to avoiding tax surprises with their health insurance? Like, what would be your tips?
Yeah, for sure. Tips, making sure that if you did ended up getting into a marketplace insurance, make sure to do your mature review for sure. And we cannot be repeating this a lot because it is very important, right? Making sure that, like Nicole said, track your expenses. Take account not just your income but your spouse. Also, how many people are you gonna be claiming? Because those things also play a good role when it comes into the health insurance as well. A lot of people don't know that, but the amount of people that you claim and that you are part of your taxes should be part of your application, even if they're not going to be part of their health insurance. So I count all those things because that could even lower or increase your price too at the end of the day, right? So having all those forms ready with you, but like the best tool that you're gonna have is having your health insurance by your side, right, helping you and guiding you. If, and if that's not the case, right, then that's where we can help you, because we are on top of our clients. We help them, we guide them, and make sure that they are understanding all those things that seem confusing, but at the end of the day, we break it down in a way that makes sense to them.
Absolutely. And, we actually have some amazing news. Most people for the company, they're thinking that we're only offering the marketplace insurance. We're only offering like the private health insurance. What is the amazing news that we officially opened for Prospera this year? If you can announce that to the public.
For sure. So for the very first year, we're now officially offering Medicare in all Florida. So I'm very excited about this because not just marketplace, private plans, we're now gonna be able to offer to our seniors, to our uh, senior community, right? That it's also we see them that they're also file taxes and they're looking for help. Now we're gonna be able to assist them as well. So it's gonna be great news for all of us and for all of our community out there that are needing our help, right? So we're gonna be helping in all health insurance aspects.
I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. Here at Prospera, we're always trying to make sure that we are giving more tools for our agents to help the public, to help their communities. And this just goes to show that we're constantly looking for those opportunities. And it's such an amazing thing, because here at Prospera, you might come in for the tax division if you're an agent with us, right? You might come in for the life insurance division. You might come in for the health insurance division, but you're able to refer clients to all services here. And it's beautiful because everything is within house. You don't have to refer out, lose retention on your clients and in an agent perspective, if that's what we're talking about right now. But adding Medicare to the mix is such a game changer, especially for our agents in Florida. There are so many clients, and what's beautiful about here is that we're not a cookie cutter place where we fit you into one specific type of policy or type of insurance. Here, we take a look at all of the things that you qualify for, right? And we make the fit for you to make sense, right? So I'm so excited. Thank you again, Carmen, for joining us. I see a comment from Miss Yvette that she would love to see this live in Spanish. Beautiful, Miss Yvette. just know that I probably will not be the host for the Spanish. That will not be me. But I'm so happy to bring that because in the Hispanic community, it's very important. I would say our Hispanic community definitely heavily depends on the marketplace insurance. It doesn't matter if they, get connected to, to their job insurance and whatnot. There's a lot of jobs that offer their health insurance through work, but sometimes it just doesn't make sense for the family, so you're able to take a look at other options. But a lot of my clients in the Hispanic community do have the marketplace, so I think that this would be really beneficial to have a conversation in Spanish. So Carmen, I might have to bother you again to have you come in. But just to give a little reminder, guys, if you are looking for a home, a professional home, right? Where you can truly refer your clients all over and know that there is a white glove standard of service being provided for every single one of your clients in every area, Prospera is the place to be. Okay, here are all of the services we provide. If you're a client, if you're somebody seeing us for the first time, this is everything we have to offer here. And the beautiful thing is that everything is a free consultation. It is white glove. You are going to be treated with the highest level of care here. And we know just about any kind of situation or question that you may have. We're happy to help you in the perspective. Whatever you need, we're here to help. Now, lastly, for the agent perspective, if you are looking to get into the industry, whether it is the life insurance industry, whether it is the tax preparation industry, whether it is health insurance, this is the place to be. We have opened up the doors for those 3 departments here at Prospera. Our first tax workshop is going to be September 8th. So make sure that you don't miss that deadline. September 8th, you're able to join in, have access to all of the tools that we have to offer here for the price of $250. This is a half off deal of our agents. I would say like a year ago, they had to come in at a little bit more of a higher price, right? But this is beautiful. This is a one-time fee. This gives you access to absolutely everything. We're talking about DocuSign. We're talking about systems. We're talking about scripts. We're talking about marketing materials. And we're not talking about like a 20-piece packet of marketing. No, we're talking about 3,000 pieces of marketing available for you that is not available in the industry at all. We provide that here, and that goes for all divisions. So really excited. If you want to learn how to get involved, go ahead and scan that QR code and you can actually join our CCO we have next Wednesday. Now, for the life insurance, health insurance side, we do charge $99. This actually goes towards your licensing fees, okay? Now, this is a one-time fee. You will get acclimated into the company and you'll have access to all of these things. In general, any person that comes with us is an independent contractor. You have unlimited income potential. You can work from anywhere. Everything is remote. You have amazing teachers and leadership and guidance, just like Carmen Zorrilla, Daniela Science, Marvin Del Valle, Dee Del Valle, Malia Del Valle, that are in charge of these divisions. And the training support is there. The licensing support is there. The marketing, just like I said. And beautiful thing is that no experience is needed. So take advantage now. This price will be going up very soon. So don't wait because you might miss your chance. Okay. So thank you again, Miss Carmen. I am so happy that you were able to join me. Just know I am bothering you for the Spanish version of this live. But is there anything else that you want to say to kind of close this out?
No, thank you for the opportunity, Nicole, for inviting me. And yes, looking forward to do that one in Spanish for the Hispanic community. Uh, like you guys have heard, we have the great news of the Medicare. So if either you are an agent, you are somebody needing the help, just contact your call us. There's a number right there in those flyers, or you can call us and have the information. We have created trainings for everything, right? The health, the taxes, the like, so you can be well prepared if you are looking to just generate this extra income, right? So join the health insurance division, right? Because this is the best time to learn for you can be ready for the open enrollment.
Super excited. Thank you again. Guys, if you need to review your health insurance, feel free to reach out to us. It's a free consultation. And if you are looking for more information to get into the industry, now is the time to message us directly here on the live, or you can message us here at prosperikey.com. Thank you again, guys. We will see you next Thursday for our next live. Have a wonderful day, guys.